Welcome back to Recap Central. Today I'm going to explain a erotic psychological film called The Boy Next Door. Spoilers ahead. Subscribe if you like the video. Claire Peterson is about to divorce her husband after she found him cheating with her secretary. She kicked him out and it caused a rift between them and they're soon. Her friend Vicky tells her to sign the papers and forget about Garrett. At Kevin's birthday, Garrett invites them to a fishing trip. Claire declines. One day the garage door gets stuck. Claire tries to open it. A young man helps her. His name is Noah Sanborn. He is her neighbor's nephew. He offers to fix the door and goes with Kevin to the hardware store. Kevin learns Noah is going to the same school as him where Claire teaches. Kevin gets nervous when he sees his crush. Noah tells him to go talk to her. 3 guys come in the store and harass Kevin. Noah has lunch with Claire and Vicky. Claire is impressed by Noah. Noah sees a pair of stilettos Vicky gifted to Claire. He tells her they are for people who want to appear sexy and she doesn't need to. Claire is getting ready to go out and sees Noah naked in his room. He spots her as she hides behind the curtain. Claire goes on a double date with Vicky but she leaves early. Noah calls her because he can't defrost a chicken. She goes to help him and they have dinner together. They flirt. Noah starts touching her and kissing her. She feels it's wrong but can't resist. And they end up having passionate sex. The next morning Claire feels guilty for what happened. She tells Noah what they did was wrong. Noah gets so angry he punches a wall. Claire is having lunch with her family. When Noah comes in, Noah asks if she told the guys what happened. Claire says there was a big rainstorm. Noah snugly replies that it got really wet there. The school year begins. Noah will be in Claire's class. Noah hacked her computer and made a transfer petition pretending to be her. Kevin and Noah hang out though Claire is uncomfortable with Noah. They shoot at some oranges. Noah manipulates Kevin into hating Garrett. This shows later when Kevin yells at Garrett. At the gym Kevin boxes with Noah. He overtrains and goes into shock. Noah grabs his EpiPen and injects him in the leg, saving him. Vicky brings Claire some flowers. They think they are from Garrett. But he didn't send them, so it must have been Noah. She confronts Noah at the gym. A teacher sees her pushing him. Kevin asks Allie out to see a movie. She can't but she wants to go with him to the fall fling. Claire and Garrett go on a date. She still is upset with him. But he says he wants to start fresh. Noah notices and he angrily confronts her. Kevin sees them and rides to school with Noah. Kevin's bullies come up to him. Kevin confronts them. Suddenly Noah kicks one of them and repeatedly hits his head against the locker. Noah gets sent to the principal's office. Vicky, who is the vice principal, says Noah got kicked out of his previous school for disorderly conduct. Noah calls her a dried-up cunt. Vicky tries to slap him but he catches her hand. She expels him and he leaves. At the fall fling Claire leaves Kevin with Ellie. Ellie tells her there is a leak in the boys' bathroom. She goes to fix it and finds in big letters on the wall, "I fucked Claire Peterson." Noah appears and tries to rape Claire but she kicks him in the nuts. She tells him to stay away from her. The next day Claire's classroom is closed. She finds something awful. Inside are hundreds of pictures of her having sex with Noah. More are being printed. She rushes to unplug the printer. When the principal comes in and lets the students inside. The principal is worried with Claire's behavior lately and he heard about her confronting Noah in the locker. Garrett picks Kevin up and lets him drive. Kevin drives aggressively. He is still resentful with his dad. He drives too fast and can't stop since the brakes are broken. He nearly hits 2 cars and crashes into some water containers. Claire sees the dent in the car. Kevin and Garrett tell her they are fine. Noah is also there. Claire talks to him about the photos. He also has a video and says she has to come to his house if she wants it. She goes to his house later but Noah will only give her the video in exchange for sex. She refuses and leaves. Claire tells everything to Vicky. She tells her to get in the house and find the tape. Noah follows Claire's car but when he approaches Vicky it's inside. He leaves and Vicky calls Claire, who is in Noah's house. Claire goes into the basement and finds hundreds of pictures of her. She finds the video on the laptop and erases it. She finds Brake's pictures and discovers Noah sabotaged Garrett's car. Claire runs home and calls Vicky. Someone knocks on the door. She thinks it's Noah. She grabs a knife, but it turns out it's just Kevin. She hangs up on Vicky. Suddenly Noah knocks Vicky out. Claire meets a detective and learns Noah's parents died in a car accident. She notices the car is the same as she saw on Noah's laptop. Noah calls Kevin and invites him to Vicky's house. Vicky is tied up. Noah uses a recording to call Claire over. Claire arrives at Vicky's house. The light has been cut. She stumbles and finds Vicky's dead body. She screams and runs outside to call the police, but Noah pulls her out of the car. Claire says she knows he killed his parents. Noah explains her mother killed herself when his father cheated on her. So he cut the car's brakes to kill his dad and his mistress. Noah takes her into a barn where Kevin and Garrett are tied up. Noah says he will kill them unless she agrees to stay with him. She grabs a crowbar and hits him. She runs to untie Kevin, but Noah gets up and pulls her away. Noah gets gasoline and pours it around the barn. He grabs a lighter. Claire pushes him and he drops it, igniting the barn. Garrett breaks free and wraps the rope around Noah's neck. Noah shoots Garrett in the chest. Claire grabs Kevin's EpiPen and stabs it into Noah's eye. They fight. She pushes her finger into his eye. Kevin escapes and hits him with a piece of wood. Noah gets up and aims at Kevin. He says sometimes heroes have to make difficult choices. Claire says he is no hero before pulling a switch and dropping an engine onto him. The family walks out of the barn. They get into an ambulance. Claire tells Garrett everything will be okay.